keeping kids busy during this pandemic is really hard. And after homework is done, it can get a little crazy around the house. I'm sure you're feeling this. So this morning, we are trying to help out with some toys to keep kids active. So joining us now live from her home in New York City this morning is Editor-in-Chief of the Toy Insider, Marissa DiBartolo. Good morning.
Good morning.
So glad to have you on this morning, Marissa. So before we get to the toys, we're talking about the chaos at home, right? Can you talk quickly about the struggle for parents right now? Why is this so important for them to be able to keep their kids active?
Yeah, I mean, there's no gym class, right? There's no parks. There's kids are sitting in front of a computer more than ever before. So it's really important to make sure they get those bodies moving, they're staying fit, and they're keeping active.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard to do. So let's get to the toys here. First of all, we've got a Scooby-Doo doubler. What is this?
Yeah, so Scooby-Doo must have eaten something a little weird because he's got bubbles coming out of his mouth, but it's pretty cool if you're a kid. Kids love bubbles. They're super magical. They can chase them all around the backyard. It's the perfect excuse to get up and get moving.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. A Scooby-Doo blowing bubbles. What kid doesn't think that that's fantastic? I think that that's wonderful. Okay, so you've also got a National Geographic light-up air rocket for kids, too. I mean, Scooby-Doo is fantastic. What's this?
Yeah, so this is really cool. It's actually a stomp rocket. So kids sort of jump on top of this little pad on the bottom, and the rocket shoots up to 100 feet in the air. I love this also because it has lights inside. So each rocket lights up so you can play with this at night as well.
Oh, wow, that's really neat. So, okay, a question here, playing devil's advocate a little bit. Some people don't have yards and a lot of the parks are closed in places. Do you have any advice for this rocket launcher if they don't have a lot of space to do it?
Yeah, so this is a cool one because it's a little bit of a science experiment too, because it's all about force. So kids can play with this inside. You just have to only stomp
Oh.
on it a tiny bit. So it's kind of like trial and error. You can see how far or how high you can go in any different, scenario.
Oh, okay. So it can be used in the house appropriately. Just don't let
Yes,
the kids jump too hard on it.
exactly. You just have to be careful.
Okay, so I mean, this one, I feel like this is not a kid's toy, but it is. Throwing blades? What is this
Yeah.
wizardry? Tell me about this toy.
It sounds much more intense than it actually is, but Warriors Mark throwing blades, they are made of foam. That's a key word. They're not actually plastic or anything like that. They're just foam. It's kind of like an alternative to darts. So you can toss these right at the included target and see how many points you get. It's just like a kid-friendly version of kind of like the axe throwing that's been so popular lately too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. And those are foam little discs that they can throw at it. Again, if you use this indoors, they are foam, right? So it's kind of like those little Nerf darts that, don't do too much damage, right?
Exactly. We've tested these. We've thrown them at each other to make sure that it doesn't hurt when you get hit, and they're totally kid safe. Lots of fun.
Oh yeah, in close quarters, because we know that's what everybody's dealing with right now. You've got to have toys that can keep these kids active, keep them busy. But what I really love about these toys, Marissa, is it's not just like they're going to be sitting and gaming or doing something and not participating. They're all really active toys. I mean, they're running after bubbles. They're jumping on this little rocket launcher. We're talking about not having gym and not having access to a lot of things that would keep these kids active. These are really good toys to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about all of these too is that multiple kids can all play together. So if you've got multiple kids in the house, you have some siblings you want to play with, everyone can enjoy these at the same time.
And I feel like they're kind of enjoyable for adults too. I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing some throwing some of those discs at that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice healthy way to get your energy out, right?
Right. All of that chaos has to go somewhere, Marissa. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay healthy, stay safe out there in New York. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
All right, let's throw it on over to Grace now in the weather.